While walking, Nathan describes how difficult it is for him to have talks with people about non-mathematical matters. He is reluctant to express himself and believes he is different from others. A doctor attempts to play with 9-year-old Nathan, but he seems uninterested. Nathan likes patterns rather than games. The doctor notifies Nathan's family that he is autistic. Nathan's father encourages him to love himself regardless of his differences. In doing so, he fails to notice a van approaching them, which runs them over and overturns their vehicle. Julie, Nathan's mother, rushes towards them, but only Nathan opens his eyes following the accident. Nathan and Julie attend his father's funeral. Nathan is traumatized and much more withdrawn following his father's death, refusing to take his mother's hand and fleeing from her. Julie walks into Nathan's room while he is calculating equations in his notepad and asks him what he is doing. She wants to help him, but he claims she can't since she's not smart enough. Julie realizes she can't assist Nathan develop his mathematical ability, so she takes him out of primary school and enrolls him in the local high school, where he meets the math instructor, Mr. Humphreys, who also notices Nathan's talent. As a result, the principal suggests that Nathan receive special advanced tutoring from Humphreys. Nathan and his math teacher are seated in the corridor when Nathan asks why he can't walk properly. Mr. Humphreys informs Nathan that he has multiple sclerosis and simply questions why he is so strange. Nathan claims to have extraordinary powers, as his father has told him. They start with probability as their first lesson. Nathan inquires about the Math Olympiad, but Humphreys instructs him to focus on the task, and Nathan soon discovers that the equation is a coin toss. When Nathan returns home, he reads a book about the International Mathematics Olympiad and discovers that it is highly regarded among high school students. Nathan's mind is continuously filled with Olympiad-related thoughts. Julie toasts the bread for Nathan. She chops the pieces of bread into triangles and places them on Nathan's plate. Then she asks him to breakfast. In this way, she helps him in whatever way she can. Years pass, and Nathan is now 15. Julie sends him to the exam, telling him that it's fine if he doesn't make the team, but making the UK Olympiad team means everything to him. Humphreys hands Nathan the questionnaire. He assures him that he is a genius and that it should not be an issue. Nathan then begins to solve the questions, with a few snags along the way. The findings will be announced within a week. The teacher reassures Nathan that even if he does not join the squad, he will do great things in the future. Julie places a lunch order for her kid. She anxiously attempts to explain that she requires 7 shrimp balls for her son. They must be a prime number, but the cashier fails to take her seriously. When Nathan notices that the shrimp balls are combined with fries, he becomes enraged and tells her that everything she's doing is wrong. This drives her to snap at Nathan, prompting him to shut down. In the past, Nathan and his father were eating dinner. His father tells him he's fine just the way he is. He loves him completely. They even had an inside joke about ketchup. Nathan's father was his role model. Humphreys approaches Nathan with the news. Humphreys reads the letter aloud, informing Nathan that he has been picked for the UK math team and that the Olympiad would be placed in Taiwan. Julie and Humphreys are pleased with the news. Nathan is too, but he doesn't show it. Humphreys admits to Julie that he has been sacked from the school, but he wants to continue teaching her son. Nathan spies on them from his room and accidentally drops his telescope, prompting Humphreys to depart. Concerned about what Nathan will think of this, his mother attempts to explain herself to him. She says she feels lonely, and it would be wonderful to have someone to chat to. She deals with her situation in their ancient wreck of an automobile. Nathan and his father used to play with Bengal lights and write prime numbers in the air. Meanwhile, Julie phones Nathan to replace the water in his fish tank. She is envious of their good relationship. Nathan is captivated by the fish and floods the floor. Julie tries to stop the water but falls, so Nathan flees, and she tears because her son is cold to her, just like in the present. Humphreys hands Nathan a set of compasses. They accompany him to the airport, and Nathan learns Chinese along the way. Nathan meets his guardian on this journey, Richard, at the station, and after they say their goodbyes, he meets his squad. Nathan becomes acquainted with Isaac, the arrogant type, and the other chatty members. Later, Nathan and 15 other teenagers go for math camp. Although there are 16 people aboard the bus, only 6 are chosen for the Math Olympiad. Richard inspires everyone to achieve their best by giving a motivational speech and defeating the Chinese kids who have dominated the Math Olympiad in recent years. On the aircraft to Taiwan, a girl speaks with Nathan. She reminds him briefly that he is neither the odd one here, nor is he the finest mathematician. He is simply normal, which resonates well with him. The teenagers arrive at math camp, where they will spend 2 weeks. The Taiwanese youths are in the lower ranks, thus the Chinese youths are the UK team's main competition. They enter the Chinese classroom, and Richard is well known with their guardian. The guardians decide to place UK and Chinese pupils together so that they can learn from one another. Nathan is matched with a girl named Zhang. Because of his impairment, he is hesitant to introduce himself. In the evening, the UK and Chinese teams gather for dinner together. Zhang teaches him how to handle chopsticks. Later, they walk back to camp together and are uneasy with each other until Zhang finally breaks the ice by asking whether he is okay. He responds in Chinese, and she is astounded that he learned himself from a book. When they get at their room, which Nathan will share with Luke, another disabled youngster, they are both dissatisfied with the asymmetry of the window. Nathan's mother calls after he has finished unpacking his things, but he decides to ignore her. Instead, he phones Humphreys and claims that everyone is smarter than him. Humphreys reminds him that it's only 14 days and 14 is a positive integer, so think positively. Humphreys consoles Nathan by asking him arithmetic questions till Luke returns. The two exchange few words. Richard asks Nathan a question throughout the class, but he does not respond. Later, Richard tells Nathan that he is overcomplicating his answers and that he needs to step up if he wants to represent the UK in the Math Olympiad. Julie invites Humphreys to her home to tutor her in math and alleviate her loneliness. She believes that if she knew math, Nathan would alter his mind and start talking to her. Nathan notices the girl from the plane playing the piano. She teaches him rudimentary harmonies and tells him that music is like algebra. Nathan has never played the piano, but he nails the music wonderfully. Julie and Humphreys are drinking wine and discussing Nathan. The two have an uneasy intimacy that they have both desired. They tumble to the floor, and Humphreys tells her that his sickness prevents him from going any farther. He is afraid to disappoint her. While Nathan and Zhang walk through the park, Nathan explains that he dislikes change but likes this location because of the Chinese approach to numbers. Also in the park, Nathan opens the food box to eat, but it contains 8 shrimp balls, emphasizing that it is not a prime number. Zhang eats 1 shrimp ball and solves his problem with ease. Richard inquires about a pattern of playing cards and invites Nathan to the board. Zhang encourages him, and he eventually musters the bravery. Nathan answers the question correctly, and everyone applauds. He eventually leaves his comfort zone and grows himself. Humphreys attends a meeting to discuss his problems. He likes Julie and wants to be with her, but he is scared that his multiple sclerosis would cause his health to worsen, and he will be unable to make her happy, only adding to her burden. After math camp, Zhang shows Nathan a game she used to play when she was younger. They have a tiny treat, and Nathan shares his worries over the Olympiad exam, but Zhang assures him that they will both pass, and she will accompany Nathan throughout her cultural exchange. Zhang compares Nathan to a turtle, saying he is always in his shell. They both like each other. Exam day arrives, and both the UK and Chinese teams take the test in the same room. The 6 individuals with the highest scores from each country are chosen to compete in the Olympiad. Nathan feels stressed as the exam begins. All the noises keep him from focusing on the questions. After the exam, Zhang approaches Nathan and acknowledges that he performed poorly. Richard announces the top 5 pupil scores. Nathan and Luke competed for the final position, and Nathan won by 1 point. The 6 Cambridge Math Olympiad qualifiers will host the Chinese members at their homes. It is time for the UK team to depart. Richard informs Nathan that his art is of exceptional beauty, but Nathan's volatility and inconsistencies concern him. All Nathan has to do to earn a gold medal is remain focused. The United Kingdom and China teams arrive in England. Julie and Humphreys welcome Zhang and Nathan. The parents had set up Nathan's toy train to surprise him, but he was upset. Nathan flees and his mother soothes him down on the other side of the door. Julie inquires about Zhang and discovers that Nathan likes her, but he's not sure what it means. She believes he probably likes Zhang as much as he likes math. Nathan lets Zhang have his bet, and the two remain in the same room. Zhang discovers Nathan's father died in an accident and expresses her condolences, as losing someone you care about is hard. To better grasp what Zhang is saying, he looks up the love equation. Julie, Nathan, and Zhang arrive at Cambridge University. Nathan and Zhang will compete in the Cambridge International Mathematics Olympiad. Despite Nathan's doubts, Zhang keeps his hand as they walk the stairs to the dorm. Richard walks the children around and informs them that this is the most prestigious place in the world to study mathematics. He asks his teammates not to let him down. The 59th International Mathematical Olympiad begins, with teams from around the world introducing themselves. Zhang is unable to sleep after the round of introductions, so she visits Nathan in his room, where he uncomfortably invites her to join him. Zhang attempts to kiss Nathan, but he pulls away. A few seconds later, they kiss. This kiss is youthful and innocent, yet wonderful. In the morning, Zhang's guardian, who is also her uncle, enters the room and discovers the two sleeping together. This irritates him, so he asks her if they are in a relationship. He chastises her for being preoccupied with boys instead of studying. She strikes out at him and storms away. Zhang does not want to stay at Cambridge, since many believe she does not deserve to be there. Nathan tells her to stay until the finish of the competition. Zhang admits she likes Nathan, but she intends to go anyhow. The day of the math exam arrives. While Nathan is on his way to the Olympiad, the girl from the airline approaches him and apologizes. She informed Zhang's uncle about him and Zhang and is responsible for the mess. Everyone is nervous as the math exam is about to begin. Humphreys is one of the examiners, and he says he can answer some of Nathan's queries. That's cheating, but he was clearly joking. Richard announces that they can begin the exam. They've got 4.5 hours. As Nathan begins to read the question, the sound of a pencil sharpening or a knock on the table distracts him. Even the most emotional recollections flood before him, including those of his father, the accident, and all of Zhang's good memories. Nathan is overwhelmed by all of his feelings. He storms out of the examination room. Humphreys locks the door behind him, preventing Richard from approaching Nathan. Humphreys apologizes to Julie for not stopping Nathan, but he believes he had more important things to do. Julie says it's all right, kisses Humphreys, and goes after Nathan. She discovers him seated in a cafe. He informs her that Zhang has admitted to him that she likes him. Nathan can't understand his feelings for Zhang, but he knows his brain functions differently, and his body feels warm when he's with her. Julie explains to her kid what love is so that he can better comprehend his emotions. Nathan speaks about his father for the first time and admits it hurts. Julie sticks fries up her nose, as Nathan's father did. This makes him emotional, and she's relieved Nathan is finally opening out to her. Nathan and Julie jump in the car to catch up with Zhang, but this time Nathan sits in the front seat for the first time since his father died. Nathan, slowly recovering from his shock, takes his mother's hand and they set off together. Nathan had never had a passion for anything other than math, but Zhang changed everything. The end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to watch more videos like this.